Hello, hope you can hear me. My name's George. I've never done anything like this before. Um, I've been wondering with all this stuff going on about the CV, the COVID virus, why I haven't been so caught up in it. I've been listening to the news and I've been listening to other people's opinions, and I've come to a decision. I know why. Um, Earlier, the way that all this was handled at the start, and the way that uh, NHS England have reacted to it, I'm not surprised something like this has happened. And it's those that are involved, those that whoever make these decisions to keep a lid on things. Not like, for instance, they were warned that there wasn't going to be enough protective gear. It's nothing new. I mean, then I've experienced things like this myself, because even though it's on it's on a smaller scale, but it's still ongoing. Some bright spark in government, decided to inform consultants they should keep quiet in regards to the link between antivirals and diabetes. In doing so, it's ended up ruining people's lives. Not only that, people ended up dying. I nearly died myself because I ended up with pancreatitis. And for someone to get pancreatitis like that would have had to been a chronic alcoholic. Also, earlier this year, my ex-partner died. He had double hernia, and it wasn't caused because he lifted something that he shouldn't have been. It was caused by the amount of medication he was taking. It weakened the lining of his stomach, and it was told by the consultants that he died. That's what caused his double hernia. He died on 6th of January, and the causes of his death was drug-induced diabetes. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, and when his surgeon spoke to me and asked if he'd been drinking, I said, why? He says, because his internal organs were so scarred that he thought he was a chronic alcoholic. Luckily, I was there and I was able to explain to him that the medication that we're taking is, I'm in a similar situation. My pancreas, my internal organs are messed up. No amount of giving us exercises, no amount of giving us timeless diet, the damage is done. It's not going to repair itself. I'm just waiting for them. I mean, the same thing could end up happening to me. What I'm getting at is, after all this virus thing dies down, one, someone needs to be held accountable. Two, the press needs to start, when they come to talking about diabetes, they need to start balancing things out a bit. There's more to diabetes than obesity. And if I'd known, I set up a support group for people with HIV and diabetes. And if I'd known way back then what I found out earlier this year, I could have pushed for more information being published about drug-induced diabetes, because 25% of the population who've got have got type 2 diabetes, it isn't down to their lifestyle. It's down to medication they're taking. And they're not overweight. And the more I read up about drug-induced diabetes, is that it's not type 2 diabetes, it's secondary diabetes, because it's second to whatever ailments are causing the problem. And this is the type of information that needs to be ready available, especially as more and more people living with HIV are becoming diabetic. And you can't put it down to all their lifestyles. I mean, my ex-partner who died in January, he wasn't overweight. And that's our problem. We do not fit in this category overweight or mixed or got family histories, and until that balances out, nothing's going to get sorted in the future. And those in public, and those that made these decisions in the past, we need to be treated with a bit more respect, because most of us feel like we've been treated like lab rats. So you need to learn anything from this virus, at least learn that you need to talk to us and understand how we feel. We are not lab rats. We are not there for you to just throw us away because you don't understand something, just because it's not in the medical books. Evolution wasn't in the Bible. Dinosaurs weren't in the Bible, but they existed. Just because you don't understand something, it doesn't mean it's not happening. We're not all, I can't even think of the word. We're not all, we don't make things up just for the sake of it. It's actually happening. And because every point and every concern I've brought up over the years, and it's coming up to 18 years now, has come true. I wish it hadn't. I said right from the start that you're not dealing with normal diabetes. I said that even though we're a minority, we're going to start becoming a majority. Those involved on the care will not understand what's happening, and because you can't, unless someone dies and you cut somebody open, you can't see what's happening because it's happening internally. It's like we did see this COVID thing. You can't see it because it's invisible. So you can't see what's happening, what the effect of being on medication long term is doing to our internal organs. It's time for a change, and it's time that you started listening, and the press needs to be on board as well. People like Dr. Hillary and whoever, because this is not straightforward. And to have somebody come to me and say that they were talking to an MP come to me and say they were talking to a GP, and they said, we don't know what to do. Well, start listening to what we're saying, and stop putting it down to lifestyle or blaming the patient, because it doesn't help. And while everybody's going about obesity, we are left out. We don't get a say, and it needs to change, because people's lives have been ruined, and too many people have died, and it needs to stop. Because we were listened to properly in the first place, instead of having everything buried under the carpet. We might end up with a better life, or something might be sorted out. So that's me for now. I hope this makes sense, because I've never done anything like this before. Thank you. Bye.